All right, so like a lot of you this morning, I'm sure, I got up at the crack of, well, I set my alarm for 7:45 because the iPhone 12 was going on sale at 8 o'clock my time. So I was up actually a little earlier, of course, because that's what I do. But 7:45, I was sitting on the computer, hitting that refresh button, just waiting for it to come up. So what did I buy? Well, I ended up getting, this is what I got, ready? I got the iPhone 12 Pro, Pacific Blue, 128 gig. And I did actually have, and I wasn't going to, and I was like, you know what? Because I was humming and hawing between just the 12 and the 12 Pro. So I figured out that basically this is my old iPhone 7 Plus, which I don't use too much. I do use it on occasion just as a little phone to connect like some Bluetooth things to when my other iPhone sometimes is being used for recording. But I was like, I don't really need 3 iPhones. So this one can be traded in. So I set this one up for trade. I did the old, do you have a trade in? I said yes. And they were like $187. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll take $187. You guys can have the old phone that's normally would just be sitting probably in a drawer doing nothing. So that helped bring the price down. And yeah, so blue iPhone 12 Pro on its way. But I didn't stop there because a lot of the rumors, and I've been waiting for this since September, said that the iPad Air was going to be coming out. So I also bought the iPad Air. So there it is right there, and you can see now on the screen, it has the buy button. And I got this in the blue as well, because I was like, I want something different. I'm always space gray, or on the phones, I like the red. But there was no red on the iPhone Pro. So I went with the blue on here. So I'm going to have a blue phone, blue iPad Air. And I just got base, 64 gigs, because I don't use the iPad for much outside of like note-taking and doing some actual reading on it and viewing websites and email and stuff like that. But I did like the fact, and this is the reason I went with the iPad Air, I can plug things into the USB-C port on the bottom, so I can add like SSD storage to it. So I thought, I really don't need more than 64 gigs. I'm good to go. So what did you guys buy? So it seems that a lot of the rumors that you and I were probably reading or watching that had come out before the October 13th event, so the Apple event, most of those devices, for one, they just didn't show up. So we're seeing now AirTags. Everybody's saying now 2021, and no date. We're actually seeing the AirPod Studios, the over ears. They're saying next spring as well. So everything kind of got pushed. So a lot of those rumors completely off. The only real things kind of, were in regards to the iPhone. So the MagSafe, which is cool, and I didn't buy anything for the MagSafe because I got enough wireless chargers around right now that I should be good. And I don't necessarily think it's gimmicky. I do think it's very cool to make sure everything is lined up, but I don't necessarily need one. Down the road, maybe I'll pick one up, especially when third-party companies start getting into it. I did read an article that MPOW made a Qi charger that was based on the MagSafe. So I may actually see if I can reach out to them to see if I can get one of those to test, because I think that would be good. And we're seeing now that there was a big rumored speculation that in November we would see another Apple event. So kind of unheard of to have one in September, October, and November. But the November one, and I have a feeling they said, and I'm not 100% sure on the date, I think they said November 17th. Yeah, so right here you can see on 9 to 5 Mac, Apple might hold another event November 17th. And that would be for the new MacBook, iMac, Mac Mini. Who knows what it's going to come out in. But the first Mac with Apple Silicon in it, which is why so many of us have been really kind of focused on seeing the performance that comes out of this A14 chip, because our thoughts are it'll be this or a revision of it that will kind of be put in the actual Mac computer. So be interesting to see what kind of performance this A14 has. So I am going to do a couple videos, probably in and around the 23rd, which is when all my gear is supposed to arrive. And I'll try to do an unboxing, of course, of both of them. But I also want to do an A14 processor test. And I'm going to use something like Geekbench to see how fast those machines are. First off, to see if the iPhone 12 and the iPad Air are getting the same specs, so the same benchmark results. Because they use the same processor, but we don't know really how much difference is inside those machines. As well as I want to put it up against what we get as scores from my 16-inch MacBook Pro, as well as the new iMac, so the 2020 iMac i7. So again, I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of performance we get from these machines. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. This was just a little bit of a quicker video, but there's going to be some fun Apple videos coming up in about a week. That's for sure. And leave comments down below. Let me know what you guys picked up, if you picked up anything, or if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to see in regards to these little news videos. All right, guys, I'm out. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next video. Later.